Hello. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to read data from a file. Okay. So we know how to create loops, right? So we're gonna use a while loop to read a file line by line. So what happened? Assume that we are using Windows operating system, and you have a file department txt. Okay, if you open the file, this is the content of the file. So what happened? So we will need to represent the file, right, that we see in the Windows operating system in Java. So in order to represent that, Java needs something, right? Something to represent this, the content of that department txt file. So this is why we're gonna learn how to create an object on the class file. So just for now, we are not seeing object-oriented programming yet, but just for now, it's like the scanner. We are using the class scanner, remember scanner input equal new scanner, whatever, to create an scanner. So we're creating an object from the class scanner. Remember template that I explained you the first week? Okay, we want the cookie and the cookie cutter and the cookie, same thing. So we have the cookie cutter that is the scanner and the cookie that is input, the object that we're gonna use with the scanner. The same thing here, we're gonna have a class like the scanner, but now it's gonna be called file. That is gonna help us to represent the data that we have in this file, whatever files you wanna represent in Java. Somehow we need to put in the memory the content of the file, and then what happened, and then uh, somehow Java have to be able to access that data, right? Something like this. So here, somehow we need to go in our program using a loop, reading first line, then this is the end of the file, no, proceed to read the next line, while loop. Then this is the end of the file. No, okay, proceed to read the next line. This is the end of the file. No, proceed to read the next line. This is the end of the file. No, proceed to read the next line. This is the end of the file. No, proceed to read the next line. This is the end of the file. No, proceed to read the next line. This is the end of the file. Yes, Java is gonna detect. I'm gonna teach you how to create this loop and how to detect that this is the end of the line. So when there is no more lines to read, the while loop is gonna stop and you can continue with your program, but you're gonna be able to read line by line everything that is in a file. Okay, so let's gonna do it. So let's gonna use presentation. Let me load NetBeans. Okay, and let's gonna read the presentation. In the meantime, I am loading NetBeans. Okay, so reading and writing data from a file. So reading data from a file require creating object using appropriate Java input output IO classes. Okay, this is why we're gonna use the class file. So Java is gonna know how to manage input output. Okay, using the class file. The same thing that we're using the class scanner. Okay, same thing now. We're gonna use the class file. So you will need to use the import, remember at the beginning, stating that we're gonna use the class file. Then the IO object contains the method for reading, writing data from a file. It means that once you are able to represent this file in the computer memory, Java is gonna, using the class file, the class file is gonna provide you methods that are gonna allow you to read the file, for example. Okay, the same thing happens when you create an object from the class scanner. What happened? You create a scanner input equal new scanner. So then you use input dot and you see all the method available for the scanner. So the same thing here is going to be with the file. When you represent a file, we're going to use the class file, input file equal new file, and inside the parentheses department, for example, in this case, and Java is going to create an object. And with this object, we're going to be able to use all the methods. Same thing that we're using with the scanner, next int, next double, next line. The same thing is going to be with the file. We're going to be able to perform next or has next, has next true, has next false. So when has next it falls, you're gonna stop the loop. We're gonna do that in an example now. I just wanna give you the idea. Let me see if netting is done. Perfect. Okay, and we're gonna use the same. So first thing that you need to do is use an import java dot io dot file. Okay, everyone, remember this is the new import that we're gonna use now to manage files. Okay, to manage files. Okay, so then it's gonna check if I miss something. Okay, so we're gonna start learning how to read the file. So first things, you need to tell Java where is your file. So to make our life easier, okay, to make our life easier, let me show you something. I click properties. Okay, where is the loop example.java class is in the following path, right? Source src. Okay, so let me go there. It's gonna be C user. In my case, is gonna be here. Documents, netbeans. Okay. In which project? Loops. Right? See that see the project name is loops, right? Here on the left. Loop. Okay. So loops is the project. So the folder should be loops. Let me check. Loops. Inside this folder, you have src, right? When you have the source code. Okay, to make our life easier, we're gonna save the file that we wanna read in our program inside the project, okay? Inside the project, not inside the source files, because a txt file is not a source file. The source code is the code, right? The Java program. So we're gonna save inside the project, the folder for our project. In my case, what is the name of my project folder? It's gonna be loops, right? you see, I have all these projects. So you